for stopping by. I'm getting ready to eat my delicious, nutritious, whole foods plant-based dinner. But before I do, I wanted to check in with everybody and see how you're doing on our Eat the Rainbow challenge. Remember, we should be getting 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every day, and we should be eating from a variety of colors. So I hope that each and every one of you are making a concerted effort to add more fruits and vegetables to your diet and to be eating from all the colors of the rainbow. You'll remember, if you've been following me for a little while, a few months ago, we had a challenge to add more leafy greens to your diet every day. And I hope that you are continuing to do that. I hope that got you started, but I hope you're continuing to add those green leafy vegetables to your diet every day, in addition to now eating the rainbow. So now I also want to encourage you to make sure, in addition to eating the rainbow and having green leafy vegetables every day, that you have cruciferous vegetables in your diet. And cruciferous vegetables are things like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, cabbage, turnip greens, mustard greens, and things like that. And the reason that cruciferous vegetables are so important is because they have sulfur-containing compounds. They have compounds that other green vegetables don't have. So that's why it's so important to have cruciferous vegetables in your diet as often as you can. And you may wonder, what's the big deal about sulfur-containing compounds? Well, what they do is they actually can help to prevent cancer and to reverse cancer growth by increasing the enzymes in the body that actually clean out the cancer-causing chemicals before they can harm the body. And another way that these cruciferous vegetables help is by inhibiting angiogenesis. And angiogenesis is just a fancy word for new blood vessel formation. And now we need that when we are growing babies or when we have wounds that need to be healed. But sometimes that process of angiogenesis goes a little bit overboard in the body, and that's when we get conditions like obesity and cancer, macular degeneration, and a lot of inflammatory disease processes are caused by excessive angiogenesis. So what these cruciferous vegetables do is they cut off that blood supply to those cancer cells. It cuts off the blood supply to that fat, because we know when tumors get to a certain size, they actually develop their own blood supply. And the same thing happens when you get an excessive amount of fat, especially around your belly. It develops its own blood supply. So what these cruciferous vegetables do, again, is just cut off that blood supply so that those cancerous tumors shrink and so that fat can shrink. And I've actually witnessed this firsthand. When my husband made a radical change in his diet, one of the things that he did was every day for lunch, he filled at least half of his plate with broccoli. And he was eating, he was exercising, but man, we just really saw that belly fat shrink. And I knew that it was because he was eating a better diet, but I didn't really know the mechanism by which those fruits and vegetables were working until several months into his journey. I read the book Super Immunity by Dr. Joel Fuhrman. And for those of you who want to get a little bit more into the nuts and bolts and the nitty-gritty of really how fruits and vegetables really work to prevent and to reverse disease, I highly recommend this book, Super Immunity by Dr. Joel Fuhrman. It really explains how all these chemicals and compounds work to heal your body, to help you lose weight and reverse disease. So I really saw that broccoli shrink my hubby's belly fat. And another thing that makes me so happy about him eating broccoli is he had kidney cancer several years ago, and they had to take out part of his kidney. So all these years later, he is cancer-free still and lost over 130 pounds. So again, I've seen firsthand the power of a whole foods plant-based diet to reverse disease and to prevent disease. And for me personally, you know, I've never had cancer or anything like that, or any major illness where I've had to take medication on a consistent basis or anything like that. But I have had chronic fatigue and a lot of joint pain, and I saw that go away with a whole foods plant-based diet. And all of us like to hear that we look better. And in fact, just today I saw a friend that I haven't seen in years outside the grocery store, and we used to work out together. And she said, "Man, what are you doing?" She said, "I always thought you looked great, but you look even better all these years later." And I'm not saying that to pat myself on the back or to say, "Yay, I look good," or anything like that. But I'm just saying that just to share an experience with you of people that have known me, and I've been working out and teaching and training for 17 years, and she's seen me years later and she thinks I look better now than I did then. And I was all too happy to share with her. It's all about a whole foods plant-based diet, the best diet on the planet. I'm not even working out as much as I was then. Now don't get me wrong, I'm working out a lot, but I used to work out a lot more. But what I find now is that I have more energy. I'm stronger. I can lift heavier weights than I used to be able to lift. And my recovery time is a lot faster. I'm not tired throughout the day. I don't feel like I have to take a nap. And you know what? Years ago when I would take naps and I would wake up, I would still be tired even after a nap. I don't have to do that anymore, and I attribute that to a whole foods plant-based diet. I know that it is the best diet on the planet, and I hope that I can encourage each and every one of you to eat the rainbow every day, to eat those green leafy vegetables, eat cruciferous vegetables. I'm on a mission to help people be as healthy as they can be, because I know each and every one of us has a purpose. We have something that drives us every day, that gets us out of bed, that we're excited to do every day. We can't do that if we don't have energy or if we're sick. So if you have a health condition that's holding you back from living your best life, or you're just feeling tired and run down, I want to encourage you to give the whole foods plant-based diet a try and see if just within a few weeks that you don't feel a whole lot better. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to give it a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with your friends, subscribe, and remember, when you commit to change, challenge mind and body, change your paradigm, you can conquer anything.